Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Steam Next Fest version of the Indie Game Radar. A lot of demos that I played, and so I'm doing something a little bit different with this video. I'm actually splitting this up into two parts. One, because I played a lot of demos and I didn't get a chance to play all of them yet, so I'm still trying to work on the back half of this list. And two, this video will be way longer than it should be, and it takes a lot to edit these and actually talk about it and trying to put all things together. So I wanted to split this up into two parts to kind of give you a taste of all the demos that I played over Steam Next Fest. I broke all the games up into different genres. I got 3 games in each genre, and I'll put those down in the description. You can see in the chapters all the games that I will be talking about. I have about 15 queued up for this video, and then another 15 for the next video that will come out probably in the next week or so. So be looking forward to that, as well as other videos I got going on the channel. But without any further ado, let's talk about all the demos I played during Steam Next Fest. Starting off this list, I got a few RPGs that I played over Steam Next Fest. The first one up is called Nocturne. The description says, "The afterlife is now digital. Discover that eternal life comes with sacrifice in a genre-defying RPG with unique rhythm combat." I did not hear anything about this. I saw a couple of people talk about it, and I was like, this is like an interesting looking RPG. So I checked it out, and the demo itself is actually really slow going. Kind of start off slow plotting, kind of understanding the world, kind of getting immersed in the world and in the story. But the rhythm-based combat is really fun. It's actually pretty difficult in a normal setting. You can kind of tweak the difficulty, kind of figure out what playstyle suits you best. But it's almost like Guitar Hero or DDR. You can set the amount of difficulty that you have, but all the buttons that are available to you while you're doing the combat. And that's basically the entire combat, where you're doing rhythm combat. And then during the rhythm combat, you have the ability to do crits against enemies as they're attacking you. You're trying to deplete their health while their bar is filling up, because they will attack you if you're missing a certain amount of rhythm attacks. And you're going around in this afterlife area, and you are discovering the story, trying to find your brother, interacting with the different characters in this afterlife, and the forms that people take within this afterlife are pretty interesting. You're fighting off this corruption, which is essentially like bugs or different other entities that you find within this world of Nocturne. So yeah, really interesting, really deep story, really deep lore that I haven't really fully explored yet, but it looks fun, interesting. This game comes out on September the 24th, so looking forward to seeing more of Nocturne. The demo is still available if you want to play it right now. Next RPG up is Colossus Eternal Blight. Your brother is corrupted. The blight is spreading. Only you can stop it. Colossus is an atmospheric pixel action adventure where you master precise combat, explore a vast dark fantasy world, and make choices that permanently scar the kingdom of Iros. This is a really interesting looking action RPG. I wishlisted this game a long time ago, and I'm so glad I was able to play the demo. It's a lot of fun. I love the deep pixel art. I love the story between the two brothers as you're exploring, as the younger brother trying to complete different side quests and trying to root out this blight that is trying to consume the land. There's a fair amount of abilities and classes that you can customize to suit your playstyle. You have your main sword, you have a little bit of magic, you have the ability to parry enemies as well, but everything just feels really well. I played this a lot on the Steam Deck, and I liked the way that this felt. I love the way the characters move. The pixel art is very smooth and crisp. I'm enjoying it. There is a Kickstarter that was available that I think did pretty well. I didn't look too much into it, but there was a Kickstarter that was available. But the game itself actually comes out on July the 21st, so you don't have too much longer to wait for Colossus Eternal Blight. Really fun. If you want to check it out, really fun pixel art, really fun RPG-like mechanics. Yeah, check out Colossus Eternal Blight. And the last RPG I played over Steam Next Fest was Legends of Starcadia. It is a quirky, turn-based RPG full of quick-time events and action-packed adventure. The Starcadian Empire is under attack by one of their own, and it's up to a team of unlikely heroes to assist the resistance to restore peace by defeating Nico and his legion of interstellar armies. The story is quite interesting. It's very humorous. You can see that in the trailer, where you are just a regular Joe Schmo transported in this very fantastical interstellar world. The character interactions and the way that the story moves, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Kingdom Hearts. It has the same turn-based combat of what you would find in like a Sea of Stars or a Mario RPG, more so in the Sea of Stars, or maybe even like a Escape from Ever After, which I played earlier this year, which kind of has the time-based combat. The better you time your combo, the better you time your attack, or the better you time your defense, you can do more damage or reduce the amount of damage that is done to you. I like this kind of comic book retro art style that this game is looking to. A lot of humorous dialogue therein, so this looks to be a lot of fun. There's no release date set set on Legends of Arcadia as of right now, but you can still play the demo to check out to see what you think about Legends of Arcadia. Really fun. Check it out. Moving on to some platformers. The first one I got up is called Screenbound. Screenbound lets you discover a dual reality through the cuboid, navigate challenging puzzles, and battle through multiple levels in a blend of 2D and 3D platforming that creates the world's first 5D platformer. And that is so true. The demo was really jarring when I first booted this up because you are literally having to do through 2D and 3D platforming at the same time. So your character is holding the cuboid in their hand and you see your character on the cuboid doing 2D Mario style platforming while you're doing the 3D style platforming at the same time. But it's a really interesting mix because you're having to discover secrets through the 2D platforming and also the 3D platforming, because there will be enemies that you can't see in 3D but you can see them in 2D. There'll be doors and ladders that you can't see in 3D but you can also see them in 2D. You have to go into different areas that will only allow you to do 2D based platforming. Maybe you have to unlock a door, or maybe you have to find a cube, or maybe you have to unlock a lever or find another varying amount of secrets. And it's really interesting. I love this. I don't think there's a game that has been made that is like this at all. And so I'm curious to know how people are going to receive this when this game comes out. This comes out on September the 10th. A lot of games coming out in September, so I don't know how well this game is going to do, but I do find this really interesting. I'm for sure going to pick up Screenbound when it comes out because I really want to see how far the gameplay goes in the 2D, 3D plane and discovering all the different secrets regarding that. So yeah, really fun. You should definitely check out the demo for Screenbound if you haven't already. If you are a platforming fanatic, this is one to check out because you do not want to miss this blend of 2D and 3D platforming. Check out Screenbound. Next one up is Suri the Seventh Note, a rhythm action platformer where every move syncs to the music. Dash, jump, and escape through a mystical world shaped by rhythm to save your mother's life. Rhythm was the life of the island of Suri. Who will step up when its harmony is broken? I had no idea about this game. I was searching for games during Steam Next Fest and this one came up and I really liked the look of it. Played the demo and I thought this was fantastic. I love the rhythm based jumping of all of this. It really flows well. Kind of difficult at first because it really has you engaging within the rhythm, but I love the rhythm based set pieces, especially when you're being chased by a boss and you having these cinematic rhythm based sections where you're having to jump to the beat. The world moves with you as you jump. You're jumping around and collecting things to the beat and to the rhythm of each note. I love this game a lot. I can't wait to see what more this game has to offer. No release date on this game yet, but the demo is still available. Like, I feel like all of these will still be available, I hope, as we continue on. Interested to see how much further this game takes you in the rhythm-based platforming. But yeah, check out Suri the Seventh Note. And the last platformer I checked out was Colonoro. It's an action-adventure platformer where you build a band of lemur artists, explore Lemuria, recruit lemur musicians, grow your band, and use platforming and combat to fight the witch Rainy, one song at a time. I think I'm drawn to a lot of music-based games, kind of par for the course. I'm a musician, this is what I'm drawn to, but Colonoro looks really cool. It has a very island feel to it, so very island and Caribbean based on what I'm seeing from the demo and the characters that you interact with. You are collecting different musicians to kind of fight off against an evil corporation, and like the description said, it has a little bit more combat than platforming, so you're collecting a lot of things as you're going through the platforming and you're fighting off different waves of enemies. You can pick up different weapons you can throw and hit enemies with, and they have varying amounts of damage. And this world is very colorful, very musical, again, very island based, so I love the feel of this game. Can't wait to see more of Colonoro. The game comes out on August the 27th, so we don't have too much long to wait. Colonoro, it looks to be a lot of fun. Check out the demo for it today. Now we're in the deck building roguelike genre. Yes, I did have to split out the different genres of roguelikes to kind of play more demos as I was going through Steam Next Fest. But in the deck building roguelike genre, the first game I played was Bibbidi Bibbidi. It is a wizard core roguelike deck builder where you combine cards in your spellbook to cast unique and powerful spells, crawl through twisting tunnels, and fight maddening monsters to find the perfect build for your wizard. Every turn is a puzzle. This kind of has a Slay the Spire feel to it, where you have different characters that you choose from to have different starting decks, and then you're ascending a tower and going through different paths to fight the various various enemies. But what's really cool and unique about this is that you are building a deck. You have a deck of cards and you're putting them into a spell book, and each spell has a different effect to it. You have 3 slots that you put your cards into. You have the school card, the actual class card, and then the force card. And in the middle section and kind of the effect that goes on, and then each card has a different effect based on where you put it. So you kind of have to mix and match the different cards based off where you want to put them and kind of get the best effects, maybe like a lightning, or maybe like a poison, or maybe the ability to draw more cards, or the ability to hit more enemies, or the ability to get more attack on different cards. So there's a lot of strategy involved with the deck building in Bibbidi Bibbidi. And also what's really fun is that your character actually does say the names of the cards, so you actually can get a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo in your deck if you want that to happen. There's also like Alakazam and Abra and all like the fun magical terms that you heard if you're into like the magic type of games. So really fun. I really enjoy the feel and kind of this hand-drawn art style, kind of goofy, kind of cartoony. I enjoyed the demo. I played a lot more of this demo than I thought I was going to do initially, but I kind of got really into the deck building of this game. And so yeah, really enjoyed this. No announcement date, no release date on this so far, but the demo you can play. Bibbidi Bibbidi is a lot of fun. Check out Bibbidi Bibbidi if you are someone who is into the deck building roguelike genre. Please Spin is another roguelike deck building strategy game where the Wheel of Fate roguelike, where you spin for your life, customize your wheel, discover game-breaking relics, survive twisted side events, and outsmart rigged bosses to beat the lunatic host and escape the broadcast. So this is kind of a mix of Balatro and Wheel of Fortune and Clover Pit. So that's essentially what this game is. You're literally spinning for your life in this very minimalist room. Again, like Clover Pit, I think Clover Pit and games like that kind of put you in just like a literal box where you're literally trying to fight for your life. But you can break the game and you can customize the game and how you want to within the spin. You can collect various relics that'll affect the amounts of spins or how much points you get or how much mult you get. There'll be phases within the spin to be able to edit the entire wheel to give you other points. It also does shape the spaces of the wheel, so maybe you'll have some blank spaces, maybe you'll have bigger spaces, or maybe you have stuff that just won't show up at all. So you have to be aware of how you're customizing the wheel as you spin it to get the best points possible to essentially get out of the room, beat the bosses. And again, there's other side events that happen, there's other things that will affect the way that your wheel spins, and there's a little bit of horror, a little bit of mystery in there, and if you lose, you do suffer a very painful death. So be aware of that as you're playing Please Spin. This game is set to come out in Q3 of 2026. Check out Please Spin. Another Clover Pit inspired deck building roguelike called The Incentive Program. It's a dopamine fueled match 3 roguelike set within a surreal corporate nightmare. Rig the odds, trigger impossible combos, and exploit the system because the only way out of the program is to break it. Imagine the worst job you've ever had, and imagine the fact that you will die if you don't complete the job. So essentially you sit down at this computer and you are playing a match 3 game, kind of like a Bejeweled, but with more horror, more intensity, and more ability to customize the way that you are doing the match 3. There is a robot that has different faces that is literally watching you as you play this match 3 game. You can get various relics that range from RAM to food and to different things that can affect the outcomes of how you do the match 3 game. Again, mystery abound, a lot of side events that will happen. I think Clover Pit and Balatro had to have done a lot in this genre to inspire a lot of games like the Incentive Program, or even like a Please Spin, like I talked about earlier. So yeah, really interesting looking game. I like the look of it. I am a fan of a match 3 game, so it's really fun. Kind of fun to just do a match 3 game with all of the bells and whistles of a match 3 game, but with all the mystery and horror of like a Clover Pit. So interesting nonetheless. It's set to come out sometime this year. No actual date on it, but you can check out the Incentive Program if you so desire. I always find a good selection of games when I'm looking into the cozy genre, and these few are no exception. The first demo I played in the cozy genre is The Well's Blessing. Explore the mystical sanctuary of the old well and reconnect with your childhood friends while solving environmental puzzles. Meet quirky animals, unravel forgotten tales, and immerse yourself in an interactive soundscape as you piece together your place in the world. I enjoyed this demo a lot because there's a heavy emphasis on music in the exploration exploration and in the puzzle solving, so this is going to be a must buy for me. I love the vibe of this game. This has the same look as a Short Hike and Little Gator game, that good pixelated animal format that everyone loves so much, so I'm enjoying it. I love the emotional story beat with all three friends trying to document and trying to discover what it means to visit this old place where this well is presumably said to restart your own life. If you want to seek new opportunities, you should seek this well out. So there's a little bit of mystery, a little bit of intrigue in this title. No release date on it so far, but be sure to check out The Well's Blessing if you so desire. Milky Delivery was an excellent demo. Rebuild a community one bottle at a time in this tiny delivery adventure with your pet cow Milky. Gather resources and upgrade your barn, then bike along dirt paths, breezy meadows, and seaside cliffs to bring fresh milk back to the sleepy countryside. This is being developed by the same people who brought us Minimi Lane and Kabuto Park, so they are already cooking. I always love and enjoy their art style. I always enjoy any game they'll put out, and so I can't wait to see the full game of Milky Delivery. She are a girl on a journey with her cow named Milky, searching for a friend for her cow, and then was convinced to start a milk delivery service while you're meeting people in the countryside. You have to be aware of your stamina and your time to gather resources and deliver the milk to the people as you're gathering resources to upgrade your bike and upgrade your farm as well. I love it when you're traveling. You can see the vast, beautiful countrysides as you're traveling on your bike and feeding your cow in the process and developing relationships as you go along the way. This is set to drop sometime this year. No actual announcement date, but I'm so excited to check out Milky Delivery. This is definitely going to be a must-play cozy game for me this year. Unfortunately, I did not get the time to play the demo for Over the Hill, but I still wanted to talk about this because this has been on my wish list for a while. Explore the world in the golden age of off-roading. Drive iconic vehicles from the 60s and 80s by yourself or with friends through challenging trails and beautiful scenery. And that's why I really love Over the Hill, because you are a car. This is a multiplayer co-op adventure game where you're going off-roading, exploring with different sets of cars. The characters that you're choosing are the different cars. You're building bridges, you're traveling across vast distances, solving puzzles, just exploring, taking pictures, and having a good time along the way, just vibing out, chilling out with a bunch of cars. I'm so excited for this one. I saw this a while back, and it's a bummer that I didn't get a chance to play it, but I hope you did. Let me know if you did play the demo or played even the playtest. I want to know how it felt or how the game was. This is for sure a game I'm definitely going to pick up when this releases, set to come out sometime this year, so we'll see when the actual date is announced for it. But so far, Over the Hill looks really fun. Can't wait to see more of it and actually play it for myself. Horror is a genre I don't ever touch, but I know there are people that love playing horror games, and I wanted to see what the hype was about with some of these horror games, so I got a few that I checked out here. The first one is Tenebrous Somnia, which is a 2D retro survival horror adventure game with live action cutscenes created by an award-winning film crew from Argentina, and unveil the depths of a disturbing story by solving puzzles and fighting horrible creatures. What if they aren't just nightmares? Really interesting idea that you are bringing in live actors and live film sets, which ups the ante in the horror element, because the actual gameplay in and of itself, it's more pixel art, so it wouldn't be as scary. But when you have the realness of live action cutscenes, that brings out more of the horror, so that works really well. Scared the crap out of me as well, so I am not someone who's totally down for this, but it's a survival pixel-based horror game where you're solving puzzles. You're trying to figure out what happened to your ex-boyfriend and just go through various levels in puzzle solving and trying to combine different items in order to open doors and solve different things while running away from these beasts and nightmares using different weapons and all that stuff that you would find in a survival horror game. But again, mixed in with the live action cutscenes is something interesting and not something I am familiar that's been done in a long time. Not too many games do live action cutscenes the way that this game is doing, mixed in with pixel art, so really interesting to see. This game is set to come out in October 16th of this year, so right around Halloween time. So if you're looking for a good spooky game for Halloween, Tenebrous Somnia seeks to fulfill that desire. Not for me personally, but if you are into that, this is something you definitely want to check out. Broken Lore Ascend is a first-person psychological horror with climbing and stealth mechanics. Follow Rin and Yuri, two rooftop climbers facing a cursed tower in the terrifying Roku Rokubi. The higher they climb, the closer they get to madness and the truth about themselves. Yeah, again, a game I'm not going to touch, but it's an interesting first-person climbing game with horror elements, and you are two extreme climbers that are trying to climb this tower. It doesn't help that this game is in first person, so you see everything close up. If you're into climbing games, but you want a little bit more horror in your climbing games, this is something you definitely want to check out. It looks to be a little performance heavy, as when I first booted this up, there was a lot going on, a lot of lagginess and stutterness, so hopefully the performance can kind of hold up better. But again, if you're someone who's into that, definitely check out Broken Lore Sin if you're interested in this type of game. 7 Days to Think About is a short psychological horror game where your friends invite you to hang out tonight. You have 7 days to think about it. I actually might probably play this game. I don't really know. Again, it's not a genre I really touch, but I really enjoy the demo. I think I liked the art style and the flow of how 7 Days to Think About it is. Essentially what this is that you are trapped in this 7-day loop where you have to remember everything that you saw the day before. When you're putting in this VHS tapes, you're being trapped by this mysterious person. You have no idea why they're keeping you where they are, and so that's part of the mystery, and you are trying to figure out a way out of this whole time loop, try this whole trap, while you're trying to remember all the things that you saw, maybe in your room, in your bathroom, your kitchen, and if you don't remember them, you have to start all the way over. So really interesting, but I feel like this game is going to be pretty short. It says short in the description, like I just said, so it's probably going to take maybe max an hour or 2. I don't know, but I played the demo and I got through 4 days and I feel like I was almost done and it ended the demo there, so maybe we'll see. There's also going to be multiple endings with this game, so that adds to the replayability of it. This game actually comes out on July the 16th, so just in a couple weeks. So if you're interested in checking out 7 Days to Think About it, it's coming out pretty soon. If you want to check out the demo, it's available as well. 7 Days to Think About it looks to be really fun. I hope there was a genre that you cling to and there's a game that you liked in any of the things that I talked about during this video. Again, this is part 1 of a 2-part series of all the games I've played during Steam Next Fest. Part 2 will come out sometime in the next week or so as I get all the footage and record everything for that series as well, so I'll be looking forward to that. But let me know in the comments if there's a game that you like that I talked about, or is a game that you played over Steam Next Fest that I didn't talk about that you would like for me to know about. I would love to hear that in the comments. Again, look forward to that. I can't wait to hear what you played in the comments below, and there's so many games coming out all the time, and I will be talking about them as we go forward in the month of July, so I'll be looking forward to that. Again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Chike, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.